And this is one of the larger ones, which includes a lot more detail, including the figurines and other bits and pieces that you can put on the ship. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and I'll be looking at this particular kit today. Something a bit different. This is the Going Merry ship from the One Piece anime. So this is the main ship in that particular storyline, and its main character is Luffy, which is there. So it actually comes with a lot of these characters. And it's actually quite a large kit, because most of the kits in the One Piece range are quite small. They're about half the size. And this is one of the larger ones, which includes a lot more detail, including the figurines and other bits and pieces that you can put on the ship. So let's open it up and have a closer look. So you can see from there how big the box is. Now the ship itself, once it's built, is almost 30 centimeters long. I think it's about 28 centimeters. So this is one of the more interesting pieces here. So always with Bandai, they have their multicolored sheet of bits. Now, unfortunately, with the scale of this, they haven't been able to color separate all the figures. So all the figures are all in this flesh tone. So I hold it here. So really nicely detailed. They have multiple pieces, so they don't look like little blobs. But once you press them together, they look fantastic. So this particular kit would do well with a bit of paint. But even if you don't, so if a young kid's building this, then you've got the cannons here. They're already molded in a gunmetal color, and then the rest of the bits are in a wooden type finish. So you can see there also the water slide decal of the Straw Hats Pirates crossbones. So that's for the main sail, and then you've got the small ones that go on other parts of the ship. All right, so from there, you've got, this is pretty recognizable. So there's the hull. So it's sort of a cartoon-sized boat. I mean, it will end up a bit bigger because this will be enhanced with the sides here. So probably if I do this, you get a better idea. So that's the bottom of the hull, and then you've got two halves for the top of the hull as well. So you can see there, that's where that roughly 30 centimeters is coming into play. And then with the mast and the sail, is going to be about this big. So definitely a nice piece to have on a shelf. So here you've got the rear end. It's quite noticeable. And then the massive rudder as well. Okay, so that goes there. All right, here's the big sail. The sail is very nice in that it's molded in a transparent plastic. It gives it a very fabric type appearance. So it's got that transparency to it as well. So you might notice here that you can see the light comes through, but it does really diffuse. So definitely has that fabric look to it. It's been textured as well. It's got cross hatching, so it has a fabric look. Okay, that's that. All right, and here you got some finer details. So you got little trees, which are inside the ship. I'm pretty sure they're apple trees. And then in the white section, you've got the ship's head here of the Going Merry, and then you got the finer details for all the railings that go around. And over here you got a little bit of bling. Okay, so the bling bits here, you got gold. This acts as the base, so it just clips together, and then the ship just sits on top. Then you got another sail here. You got the mizzen that goes across the front. It's in a sail color, but it's not in a transparent finish. It's got a really nice sort of stretched look to it. Okay, here we've got some decking. So decking is in a slightly different color. So deck usually has a more bleached type look. You've got the stairs that go on the sides. Walls here to go to the various areas of the ship. And then we've got this mast section. So that is, it's actually a lot taller than I thought it would be. Okay, so it's going to stand about this tall. So you need a decent bench space to have this. Okay, so you've got the flag across here. You've got the crow's nest. You've got the sail beams, and then you've got the all the rigging here as well, which is semi-flexible, which is really nice. And it's got that the rope finish there as well. Okay, and then you come with this. So I showed you earlier the water slide decals. Now this one here would be the stickers. So for children, the stickers are a lot easier to put on, but the water slide decals are they're fiddly, but they look a lot finer. You have a section of rope here as well, which is for the anchor, and then you've got all these other fine stickers for finishing off the outside of the ship around the railings and such. And there's 2 sheets there. Okay, and then you get into the manual. Okay, so the manual is going to be quite big because there's a lot of parts in this. Let's just move this aside. Okay, pretty standard Bandai style manual. You've got the listing of all the parts, all the numbers and such, and how to find them. And then over here he gives you an idea of how to cut the parts off, and then also how to apply the water slide decal if you want to do that. So you start off with doing the main deck here. And then sides of the hull. The deck's applied into the hull, and then the other side is put in to that to sandwich it together. And then that goes onto the bottom hull to work into this sub-assembly. Then you're going into the stern. That's getting pressed on. And then some finer detail here, which is probably the anchor. And that's the anchor getting tied on over here. So the stand itself is quite simple, just presses into place. And then you notice that there's a different height there for the hull to sit on. So you sit that on there, makes it easier to work on later. So you've got all these rails going in, rear section, rear deck, front deck. Some more walls going in, and then the main mast with the crow's nest. You've got the flag going up on there, and then you've got the main sail. And this is where you have the option of using either the sticker or the water slide decal for the straw hat marking. Then you've got the main sail going on, and then connected onto the hull. You've got a secondary mast here with another flag. That's for the, actually that's for the rear sail. All the trees getting snapped together in halves. That's going in the rear end. It's quite funny how it's got trees on this. Okay, so we're getting into, these are all the finer bits for the rigging. You got all these rat lines here going on. They're just all getting pressed into place. You got the rat lines here going to the main sail. Finer parts. Okay, you got all the railing going on now. There's a final section. Actually, there's still quite a bit here. Okay, so you've got the what is it? Is it a sheep's head? Looks like a sheep's head, a ram's head on the front. That's it going on. And then we've got all these, so you've got barrels. Obviously you need barrels and crates and things on a pirate ship. You've got some cannons as well. And then you get into the figures. So the figures are quite simple to press together. You've got all the characters there. And then that's it. And so this is indicating where you can put the figures. That sort of makes sense. And then you've got a painting guide. So here's a painting guide for doing all your individual characters. So they definitely look much better when they're painted. It wouldn't be too hard to paint them either. And there's your full paint list if you want to go that way. So you can see how the sails have been painted up here. Makes a huge difference. And then also all these areas within here and all the windows. The trees have been painted up. And then the figures. It'll look so much better. But it still looks okay if you just build it as is. So that's the Going Merry pirate ship from One Piece anime. And it's one of the bigger kits that they make from the One Piece range. And it's a really nice kit. So there you go.